Okay, good morning. The goal for today's presentation is to give a short overview of what the MS in Translational Medicine program is. Um, so MS in Translational Medicine is a joint program with City of Hope, KGI City of Hope, and this program is designed for students that are looking for applied medical research that are, and I'll talk a little bit about it more, they either are looking to apply to medical school or continue into PhD, and City of Hope has this special MSTM PhD track, or work in academic research or industry. So why MSTM? So we organized MSTM a few years ago, and before we organized this program, we went and we researched on similar programs that were available at that time. And what I discovered for myself is that majority of programs, they either have a research aspect or they offer a number of courses. And I'm proud of MSTM that MSTM encompasses both. We provide students with research experience, applied medical research experience, and we also provide them with industry-focused courses. In addition to that, KGI has extensive industry network that will allow students that are interested in continuing into industry to find positions there. Students will be introduced to how drugs are discovered, how medical devices are come to invented, and what steps for these devices and medical entities need to go through in order to get to the market. So students will be introduced to pharma pipeline, which is through my conversations with various companies, is an asset for small companies, because we prepare students for every stage in pharma pipeline. We introduce them to discovery, development, bioprocessing, regulatory affairs, and marketing and business aspect. And of course, this is a joint program with City of Hope, and City of Hope is a leader in applied research, cancer, diabetes, and other areas of research. So together with City of Hope, we have this amazing MSTM program that will prepare students for various paths after graduation. And there's a growing employment market for graduates with master's degree that would like to continue into and do research, or there's also an opportunity for students to continue into PhD programs. So what this program will help to is for pre-health students, will help the students to improve their GPA, especially in science courses, and this is important for pre-medicals, medical school applicants. It will expand resume because we are providing experiences that not many, if you talk about medical school applicants, have through our collaborations, through our network, and so forth. We will prepare students for careers in research and development. And as I mentioned, they will have an opportunity, provided that they have a great standing in the program in terms of their academic standing and research standing, to continue into and follow MSTM PhD track that Dr. Leo will speak about. Please stop me if you want to contribute something. So highlight of this program is that it's a joint program with City of Hope. We provide students with science, industry focus, and professional development courses. We also, and when I say we, it's KGI and City of Hope, provide students with the clinical mentorship program. Actually, Dr. Leo will talk about this and we'll elaborate more on that as this program is offered through City of Hope. Students will go through technology training and do translational medical research at City of Hope. So the breakdown on the program is it's a joint program. So during first year, 90% of the time students spent at KGI, where they take courses, science, industry focused courses, professional development training, and they also do independent research at City of Hope, where they go through, they identify a project for their research, for their thesis during the second year. And they also go through training during starting from May, and the following year, students spend 90% of the time at City of Hope. They do translational research at the City of Hope, but also continue take a few courses at City of Hope, and of course follow with the clinical mentorship program. So the curriculum for the program is, this is a 60 credit program. Half of those credits are dedicated to courses, core science, professional development, and elective courses. And the other half is dedicated to research. And here's the more detailed curriculum. As you can see, the courses are applied translational, molecular biotechnology, pharmaceutical discovery, development. This is introduction to pharma pipeline, fundamental papers in applied medicine, where students are introduced to research, research papers, and molecular basis of disease, pharmacogenomics, precision medicine, where we talk about current research in Jiva studies, microbiome, epigenetics, and ethics, life sciences, industry ethics course, as part of professional development. So this is the point where I will ask our City of Hope collaborators to talk a little bit about their research that is done at KGI. I am always impressed when I list those that there's more than 100 projects available for our students to select from, and the areas of research, they're so amazing. And disease mechanisms, epigenetics, genomics, immunotherapy, CAR T is very hot currently. Stem cell. If I were a student, I would really be having a hard time with to select the research to work on. So, Dr. Leo, do you want to continue with the research overview?
Sure, happy to. So everybody kind of really know about City of Hope as a comprehensive cancer center, but it's probably a lot of students didn't know there's so many research going on at City of Hope, both the basic research all the way to clinical trials and clinical research. And so as listed here, and this is just a small kind of, there's more than what's listed here is not only cancer, but also diabetes is a huge research focus at City of Hope. And so these laboratories are available for our students to participate. So one of the key things about master degree is that these are usually people coming in wanting to understand how research work and whether this is the career that they wanted to pursue. And so this is the master programs during the year 2, students will be able to choose a specialized topics, a laboratory to join to do a very intense 1 year research, and the research quality, our expectation is to train the student to pretty much can be ready to step into a PhD program. So how do the students choose, I know that, there's so many interesting things going on, but what is how do students choose what laboratory to go? So for during year one, fall semester, every Friday, the students will meet with different faculty at City of Hope. So, and from all this meeting with different faculties where they can, the faculty can have a roundtable discussion, sort of like introduce their research, and then also answer any question or maybe read the papers together with the students. It's an opportunity for the student to know about the faculty, but at the same time for the faculty to also learn more about individual students. And then that's a way for us to help the student and the faculty to identify the right match in terms of the research interest, the experience. And so from those meetings, the students will then, in the end of the first year, choose a laboratory to join, and then pursue their master's thesis. In addition to conducting a 1 year thesis research, we also wanted to help the student to learn some of the very exciting technology that people normally use, some of the common technology that use in the modern laboratories, such as mass spec, cell imaging, these are, or flow cytometry. So this is pretty much like a must known technique. And so during the year ones, the students will be able to going through all these different trainings with our shared resource facility, which is one of the, we have a state of art shared resources that a lot of even the Ivy League schools cannot match, and I know that for firsthand experience. So this is a great way, even for students who decided to go pursue industry job after master. They will have this kind of skills that in their in their CVs that they can that will benefit their jobs in the industry. So and in addition, we also understand that quite a lot of students are coming to MSTM, very interested in research, but they wanted to pursue a clinical route through medical school afterward. And our program also designed to help students who wanted to do that. So at City of Hope, our faculty, most of us are, doctoral training in PhD, but we also have a lot of laboratory whose the PI are actually medical trained. So some of the top scientists in City of Hope are actually MD background. Our provost, Dr. Steve Olsen, and as well as our medical center president, Dr. Michael Caligiuri. So they are not only, fantastic clinician, they are also, they run very successful research laboratory. And so we know that some of the students wanted to eventually become clinician scientists with the MD training after master program. So to help a student to be able to achieve their goal in getting into medical school, every student coming into this program, we match them with a clinician, a clinical faculty here at City of Hope. So the whole idea for this matching is that this is in addition to your thesis mentor. this clinical mentor can serve as a individual who you can go to talk about a medical school application, or you can use your spare time to shadow your clinical mentor in the hospitals, and then to really learn firsthand about different type of a surgery and even cancer treatments. So we have a liaison, a clinical faculty who serve as a liaison, who will, as soon as the student come into the programs, we individual students sit down with this liaison faculty who will talk to the student about, figure out what's the interest of this student. For example, if this particular student is interested in breast cancer because maybe that there's family members that suffer from these terrible diseases, and they the student want to learn more about the current treatments and different types of breast cancer. Of course, we know there's genetic risk factors that are associated with this cancer. So there's so many subtypes that it depends on the subtypes that there's different treatment plan. So the students can really utilize this clinical mentor to access to our cancer hospital to learn more about what's happening at the bedside. So this is really allow the student to get a comprehensive benchside to bedside kind of experience through this 2-year master program. So we also, in addition to helping the student to go into the medical route, we also know that a lot of our students are interested in PhD programs. And because even though the program is new, we have some of the very fantastic students that we realize their quality is as good as a PhD candidates. And so with the, so we just earlier this year, we developed this PhD in translational medicine program specific for the MSTM graduates who have an outstanding academic record from the MSTM training, and who would love to continue to pursue research training as a doctoral students, and love to do so at City of Hope. And we will able to transition the students into the PhD programs. And the nice thing about this transition program is that because we based on the students' academic records in the courses at the MSTMs, which is our really outstanding, fantastic drug discovery, drug development courses at KGIs, and quite a lot of our PhD students wanted to take the KGI courses. And so this master's students, MSTM program students have those experiences. And so we basically utilize that academic track records, and then the student can skip most of the PhD courses, so they can directly continue to do their PhD research, and that potentially can shorten the amount of time for students to complete their PhD training compared to a traditional PhD program. So this is a great opportunity for those who enter this program, trying to master program to gain some research experience, but with the goal to go to PhD, and allow them to smoothly transition and then get into their academic goal. So with that, also that we have Dr. Benshi and Dr. K. Ma here. They are both expert in the metabolisms and also, I guess, the cancer metabolisms, as well as diabetes. and which is one of the strong fields at the City of Hope, which a lot of people didn't realize that City of Hope is where insulin technology was first developed. And so we have Dr. Kema or Dr. Benshi, do you want to kind of introduce a little bit about the diabetes part of the research at City of Hope?
Yeah, sure. So I'd be glad to. Um, but I think I'll just echo what Anastasia and Eden just mentioned. In one word, this MSTM program gives you the opportunity for 3 different tracks. And this should fit what you're planning for in terms of industry job, pharmaceutical side of things. The other is the clinical track going on to MD, PhD, or physician scientist career track, or a traditional PhD. So this is a huge opportunity as a stepping stone for your next step of your career. And this is a time that you can explore these options. So I think this is, a fantastic sort of intermediate step for you to explore, which, may not be available in other traditional programs. So I think in that sense, this is the huge advantage for this program. So I would encourage everyone to explore just to see whether you can find a track that really suits, your goal right now. So in terms of the diabetes research going on at City of Hope, I think we have such a critical mass of, all faculties that engaging in all different aspects of diabetes research. And this is the strongest strength here at City of Hope, from epigenetics, genomics, and molecular mechanisms of diabetes development and obesity, as well as the more clinical side of developing therapeutics for diabetes therapy. So we span the entire spectrum, and you can have a very strong foundation in diabetes research during your laboratory work here. And this starts you off on the strong, academic career. So, all these information are available. So I encourage you again, if you are interested, to go into the details at our website. Okay, Ben.
Yes, just want to also kind of allude to a few like a subcategories of, we emphasize a lot of translational, but yet there's a lot of really cool, to my understanding, really cool basic research, because those are the foundation for the medicine, for the translational. So to group a few, we have a really cool team with a stem cell research in a very basic research form. And also a lot of population science, also reproduction science, neuron science, developmental biology, and just a basic biology study. So students not only will learn how the pipeline of those basic research can translate into medical medicines or treatments, but most importantly, they really can validate what they learn from the textbook. A lot of things like in the textbook is dry, and then you really don't know how it really applies. But in the hands-on experience happened at City of Hope, they offer the opportunity to really experience how the research was done in the most raw and the basic form. So I do want to encourage all the students when they apply to really look into different avenues of what can be. When we talk about research, when we talk about medicine, they are we sometimes don't really separate them. But in terms of the categories, there's a lot to do, a lot to choose.
Thank you both, Ben and Kay. So Anastasia, back to you.
Yeah, very nice and exciting overview of research that is done at City of Hope. As I said, I would be the one if I was at that stage to join. The last slide that I wanted to share is with our contact information, Helen and I, if students need to get in touch with us, they are free to send us emails. And Lexi, you also have your admissions contact information that I'm sure is available everywhere, right?
Yes, yeah. Anyone who's interested can contact admissions@kgi.edu. Also, financial aid, if you have questions about scholarships and financial aid process, that's just financial_aid@kgi.edu as well.
Okay. Yep. That's it. We have